Aries, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-November 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Aries collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for the Rams? What do you have for us in mid-November? Lovely time of year. But yeah, let's see what energies, messages, insights we could take a little peek at. And we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Aries in mid-November. What's the vibe? What's the energy here? Pretty good reading last week, so hopefully for a lot of Aries, some good things have rolled in for you. But yeah, we do have this really powerful energy, and I do like it. It reminds me of the Chariot. You notice how like all the figures in this image are all like shooting off in one area. It's great for future focus. That's the one thing I really love about this card, but there's a lot of aggression or movement, which could be really good. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the November subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So as you can see, we have this strong divine feminine figure. We have like this sky ship, these birds that don't have legs, by the way, and other things in the background. They all seem to be pushing towards the forward movement. So I do like that. Now, this card obviously could just represent a future focus. So for a lot of Aries, maybe you're not trying to pay attention to the past. Maybe you're not quite living in the present. It's more so looking down the line. Like, how is this going to go? Where am I heading? What can I do next? Now, for some of you, that might be advice. That could be spirit saying, like, all right, Aries, maybe start looking ahead with something, plan accordingly, which could be really nice. But again, I mentioned that this reminds me of the Chariot, which, you know, that's forward movement. It's fast, it's quick. And although Chariot is a water card, it is very fiery in its energy to me. So for a lot of Aries, this is action. I'm doing things, I'm moving around, and I'm making stuff happen. So for a lot of Aries, it feels comfortable to me, speaking as an Aries myself. So I like it. Just watch out for over aggression. But we're just going to put it down right there. I like the way the energy is moving, so you could see progress in a lot of different areas. But we'll let her keep taking her journey. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for Aries gang. And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled An Unexpected Win. And I always say wins come in all different shapes and sizes, right? Sometimes it could be monetary. Sometimes it could be a health thing. Sometimes it could be partnerships, you name it. Like any section could break through for you. So, and it did feel like one popping up out of the blue. So hopefully you had one. And even if you didn't, it could still bleed over for a couple weeks. So it felt pretty positive to me. But we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be looking at your vibe or somebody else, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for Aries. Like, I feel like I got to get this going. Like, there's a sense of urgency, but it doesn't feel bad. And speak of sense of urgency, we have the fast-moving Knight of Swords. Okay, what are we tapping into here, my good friends? Okay, and everyone knows Aries is generally known as an action-oriented sign. And Knight of Swords is moving, right? He's moving quick. Let's get a couple more. He is moving quick right there. What do we got? Okay, 6 of Cups. So there's the past. So it's like we have the forward movement. Now we have the little past energy showing up here. Definitely want to look into this. That's for sure. Now, I generally like the 6 of Cups. It's a softer energy. So that does take the edge off of what we're looking at. Okay. Wow. Okay. You do have a bonus. So I will give you the 6 of Wands, which is usually beautiful, victorious, confident. But for some reason, we got this 5 of Cups that's chilling right here on the back end. That's a little gloomy. It's a little glum. So we're going to have to look into that. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first glance, you know, I always like to look at the elements first. And we have a pretty good mixture going on here. We have air right here in the front. That's the realm of the logical mind. planning, strategy, the thought process, intelligence, and it's also communication, which is good. The only thing with air energy, sometimes it could be a little too quick to act. Sometimes it could, I don't want to say it's flaky, but it could be very like serious and stern. In the center and here on your bonus, we have a lot of water. So there is an abundance of internal energy around the collective as well. Now, cups represent a whole multitude of different things. It could represent creativity. It could represent your emotional realm, like how you feel on the inside, even if you're not expressing it outwardly. So I generally like it. It's creative, it's expressive. But the only and it can represent partnerships too. But the only downside with cups is that it's moving. It's always moving, which energy does. But sometimes it can move in extremes. So we do want to look at it. And right here on the back end, we have our comfort element, the fire, the realm of action, movement, progression. Do you see the theme we're picking up this week? So now's a great time to push forward with things, get results, see progress, passion, drive, desire. Now, the only downside with so much fire is, or with fire energy, is that sometimes it could be a little unpredictable, right? But I'm getting an okay feeling from the spread. The only thing that's like peeking out at me right here is this Five of Cups. I'm like, what's this flavor we're looking at? But let's go through and start building this out piece by piece. Position number one, the Knight of Swords. Now, we spoke about him a little bit. Could be an air sign, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And knights represent action, and they're also messengers. So again, we have something here that could be concerning a conversation, talk, or message that could be coming in. We definitely want to look and see what he has to say for himself. Out of all the knights, though, and they all represent action, this is the fastest mover. He's shooting towards something like a rocket. So, in the good sense, this is a lot of progress. It's a lot of energy flowing, energy moving. But the downside to the Knight of Swords is sometimes it could be a little mean, right? Sometimes it could be a little too aggressive, a little too heavy handed. So, watch out for that because he can be rushing into battle. So, again, I'm not saying you're going to be a live wire and fighting with people, but to me, it's like the energy just pushes a little too hard, even if it's not quite necessary. So, we'll look at him. And again, he could just be a talker how the energy's flowing. So it doesn't have to be like a whole big thing. Now, moving to the middle, as we get this knight tucked back in by the amethyst, we have a much softer, subtler card. We have the Six of Cups. Now, this is a big card of partnership, soul ties, soul connections. Doesn't always have to be romance. This could just be someone that you've known for quite a long time. This could be someone where there's a soul recognition. So whether that's a really good friend, family member, it could be a lover as well. Like these are strong energies of soul ties. But aside from that, it's loving, it's caring, it's soft. So again, whether it's someone we love, someone we care deeply for, the Six of Cups is huge when it comes to the past. This is one of my cards of memories. So taking a trip down memory lane, you might be a little more sentimental than you normally are when this card is here. And obviously, the Six of Cups can always be a signal of something coming back around, any cycle that could loop. So we do want to look at this further as well. Now, the downside to the Six of Cups is it can represent rough memories too, right? Like someone who's sitting back thinking about the past, getting a little bitter. So watch out for those types of trips down memory lane because, like, when I see the Knight of Swords and the Six of Cups, it's like, all right, I'm thinking about something that has long since passed, but it's pissing me off. So watch out for that. Now, moving to the back end, we have a very positive card. We have the Six of Wands, and we see this individual. It's like they're marching in a parade. They have laurels, so this is great. This is a card of complete and total victory. So victory wins various different areas of life. It's great. It's moving. It's flowing. So for the most part, I like how this energy is moving for Aries this week because it feels comfortable for the Aries energy. Now, this could also be a card of notoriety, someone getting a little limelight, someone getting a little recognition. So maybe someone has eyes on you, right? Like I always see this card, it's like, ooh, it could be someone observing you or watching you, or you could be getting more attention than you normally do when this card is here. So it's not bad. The only downside to the Six of Wands is sometimes it could be a little too egotistical or too cocky. So again, maybe it's somebody you're connected to. Maybe someone's, has a hyper inflated sense of self. Again, no judgment here, but I'm just trying to give you both sides of every card. So sometimes it could be a little too egotistical. So of course, we're going to look at it. And right here, as we get to the very back, we do have a bonus card, which is the Five of Cups. We see our pal here all dressed in black. A lot of readers call this the River of Tears. Now, I always say it's on a spectrum. It doesn't have to be worst case scenario. Sometimes you might just be a little gloomy. You might just be a little down. You might be a little tired. There might be somewhere it's like, that stinks. But in the better sense, this could represent overcoming something. That's the good side of this card, because it's like, all right, I have gotten over something, or I'm getting through some sort of problem. So I like it for that. But yeah, I mean, it can be someone that's sad or literally crying too. But we're just going to put him down right there. Maybe the crystal energy will help him out. I want to dive deeper on all of it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for Aries. What do we got? And yeah, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the Knight of Swords. Let's see what he has to say. Why is the Knight of Swords here? And yeah, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Aries, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, what's this energy moving in? What is this energy moving in, please? Thank you. Okay. Yeah, that's odd. Okay, so we do have the Hanged Man, the complete and total opposite. And this could be someone that's practicing restraint, where it's like, ooh, I want to do something, but maybe I shouldn't. It's like second guessing here. But again, we do have this eyes on type of energy as well, like with back here and now the Hanged Man. That's another one of my cards of someone observing. So again, you might have more eyes on you than you normally do, or maybe there's someone watching your moves. Maybe there's someone you're keeping an eye on their actions, how they're moving. To me, it kind of feels like a temperature check, where it's like, okay, let's see how this energy is doing, or let's see how this energy responds. So watch out for things like that too. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but to me, it's like, all right, let's do this and see how the energy responds. So I'm getting a lot of different stuff here. Now, a big thing with the Hanged Man, zodiacally, some people give it to Virgo, some Scorpio, some people even give it to Pisces. It's kind of a retracted, pulled back energy. It's not moving at all. It's observing. So, like when I see the Knight of Swords and this, two polar opposites. So this one's like zipping and zooming and flying and doing all this, and this one is not doing a damn thing. So again, there could be an action that somebody wants to take, or that you might want to take, where you're like kind of holding yourself back from doing it. If it's not that, there's definitely someone observing, right? So whether you're observing someone or someone's observing you, maybe there's something Spirit just wants you to keep an eye on too. Let's keep moving. I don't feel like that encapsulates the whole reading, but let's see what the Six of Cups has. So why is the Six of Cups here, please? Cute. Yeah. All right. That makes a lot of sense to me. All right. So we do have the Six of Swords in reverse underneath the Six of Cups. So we have the double sixes right here in the center. And usually with the Six of Swords, it's an energy that, again, is moving forward. From choppy waters into calm. It's usually a card of improvement and forward momentum, looking to the future, something we've been seeing as well. But when it shows up in reverse, especially under a card like this, it's something popping back up. So again, this could be some sort of surprising return of some sort. So whether it's a situation, a person, I mean, especially when we pair it with the other energy, there could be a lot of things coming in and just checking the temperature. That's how it feels to me. Like, hey, haven't heard from you in a while. How are you? It's like one of those. Um, I don't necessarily feel like it's bad. I mean, I could say for some of you, when I have the Six of Cups, Six of Swords in reverse, there could be something from the past that is still unfinished or unresolved that still might be lingering in your energy. So it's funny how on the back end we have this energy of overcoming something, yet there is still this energy where it's like, yeah, maybe I don't want to let go of something. So again, surprising returns are very possible. We're going to keep moving though. Either that's unfinished or unresolved. But again, I don't feel like it's festering. I don't feel like it's a bad thing. It's just there. It's still energetically there. Let's go in on the Six of Wands though. We'll see what that has. Then we'll do a quick recap. And again, I'm not just saying it's a person. It could be anything or anyone you haven't heard from in a while. But let's see why the Six of Wands is here for our recap. Why is it in the mix? For Aries gang, please. Thank you. Cool. I mean, we have all the sixes? I think we have all the sixes here. Big repeating number signs all throughout here. So please watch out for signs, synchronicities, omens. Your guides and spirit team could be trying to give you a heads up about something. In this time, we got the Six of Swords, Six of Pentacles, Six of Cups. We got the Six of Wands. So every six in the whole deck is out here for us this week. Now, not every omen or number sign is a bad thing. A lot of times it could be big encouragement. Now, the one thing I really like about the Six of Pentacles and the upright is the flow. And that's something I kind of saw last week where it's like, all right, you got something coming in, and like, of course, effort is always appreciated with certain things, but to me, it's like if you just let the energy flow, you're going to get the best results. So even though if there is the want to do something, want to action, want to push something forward, getting into a flow state or a state of acceptance just lets the energy open up and move where it needs to move. Now, the Six of Pentacles is a card of sharing. It's a card of balance. It's a card of equality. I always think of it as super helpful as well. Notice this person's giving out pentacles to a lot of people. So when I see the Six of Wands, Six of Pentacles, it's like, yeah, here, come enjoy. Where it's like, I have a lot of food. You want to play? It's like I'm sharing the bounty with somebody. So when we're talking about wins and victories and letting energy flow, this is having more than enough. So there could be something, especially if you're in a mindset like, oh, there's something I don't have, or there's something I still want to attain. This is reassurance to me that no, you have more than enough, or you will. So I think this is great. I'm still picking up this win here on the back end because it's the cup runneth over. But I think the repeating sixes all over the place, that's very important. Um, and there's just something here about letting the energy get into a flow state. So let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow card. So I'm liking what I'm seeing here this week, Aries. But if you kindly look in the box, position number one, we have little opposites happening here. We have the the Knight of Swords with the Hanged Man in the upright. So this could be trying to hold back from doing something. So whether it's a habit, a behavior, an action that you're wanting to take, or even somebody else, it's like, I want to do this thing, but I can't. Not yet. It's like very restrained for whatever reason. But aside from that, I'm also getting like a temperature check where it's like, all right, well, let's see how this person responds. If I say this, if I do this, are they going to react? So there could be someone observing your moves and your actions and your responses here. Moving to the middle, we have the Six of Cups with the Six of Swords in reverse underneath it. Obviously, clear cut energy of a surprising return of some sort, even though we have this restraint here in the front end. So it could be a whole variety of different things popping back up in this time. If that's not the case, this could represent something that's either one, unresolved, or two, something where it's like, all right, well, the energy's still here. I'm not letting go of it just yet. So again, all in due time. There's no rush. Moving to the back end, we have another set of sixes. All right, we have the Six of Wands, Six of Pentacles. So again, number signs, omens, synchronicities of reassurance from spirit. So if you're getting those dreams, number signs, deja vus, these could be very, very good signs. That's how this feels to me. But again, I get the win, I get the victory, I get the abundance. I feel it's very claimable, but there is something here about not forcing something where it's like, just let it flow and you'll get the best result. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. All right, let's get a good shuffle here. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. And yeah, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this shadow card going. What do we got for Aries, please? Quick. Okay. All right. So we have our good pal here, my friends. The very first card of the main part of the spread, the Knight of Swords, once again. So yeah, maybe there is something you're holding back from, or maybe there is something you're wanting. Like, I want it now. Because remember, the shadow side, we spoke about him. He's very aggressive. He could be a little pushy. Now, again, as an Aries myself, I know sometimes we can come off that way to people, even if we're not trying to be. Right? Like, we might seem like we're in a hurry, or we might seem a little forceful, and that might not even be our intention. The energy is just very much on the go. So in the positive, again, this could represent big progress, even if you're not seeing it quite yet. But in the challenge, this could be a little too heavy-handed, and that makes sense when we see this energy about flow. Sometimes it could just be a little too aggressive. So watch out for anything like that in this time, whether it's anger, temper, or just being too aggressive with pushing something forward. So we're going to put him down right there, my beautiful friends. That's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The November subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation and you'd like to have a little chat with me, you can book a personal reading with me on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. You'll see my digital calendar is open for the month of November. They're filling up pretty quick, so if you'd like to have a chat, come over and see me. But for the November subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of a lovely deck. It's fairly new. It's called Tarot of the Woodland Wardens. It has a whole bunch of fluffy critters. It's really adorable. I think everyone would like it. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's Two simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, since it is November, what are you most grateful for right now? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.